everyone. Time for an update on the Space Shuttle and the 747. I'm going to shift the camera away from me because I'm not the primary focus here. I'm not the star. Well, kind of, but you know what I mean. Here we go. Let's put the camera down. I'm going to move her over. I'll keep looking in frame, but that's just a convenient frame for me to see you guys. Now, I've got my decal solutions out. That means it's decal time. The 747 has got its paint done. She got a clear coat today, early today, about 7 hours ago, and she is all ready for decals, so she's getting them now. This one is getting so close to done I can smell it. All right, I'm not going to detail the decaling process. I've done that on 2 or 3 videos, so I'm not going to do that now. Got the Space Shuttle here. Lighting isn't the greatest in this room, and I know that. I'm working on fixing that and getting a special room for model building and great lighting. But you can see some of the oil effects if I zoom in a little bit. Being washed out by the bright lights, I hate to say. So when it comes done time, I'm going to put her in a place where we can see her better and get better lighting in here. What she's going to get today is windows. I'm going to put some windows in the front. This model did not come with any clear pieces for the windows in the front of the Space Shuttle, so I'm going to put some in. And the way I'm going to put them in is some Krystal Klear. I'll come back and detail that in a separate segment. I'm not going to do a segment on the Space Shuttle's decals because, again, we've already done that. So I'll be back when the decals are done to show you what she looks like, and then we'll start putting the windows in the Space Shuttle. That was the worst, hands down, decaling experience I've ever had. I couldn't breathe on the blue side stripe decals without them shattering into a billion pieces. I had no problems with the decals on the Space Shuttle. They came from the same decal sheet. These long blue ones, I don't know if you can see it in there. I didn't even get it out of the water without it falling apart and just shredding. I mean, hundreds of pieces. So I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do to save this thing. The doors are easy. I can take a micron pen and mark out the doors, and I can do that in 10 minutes. The good part is the decal on the tail fin's working, but that's the only decal that's working. There's supposed to be a nice blue stripe running along the body here, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. I don't really have time to tape and paint that. So I might take some decal sheet and just paint some blue, print a big solid piece of blue decal, and very accurately cut out some stripes and just put them on the ship. I did not scan the decals beforehand like I should have into my computer. Since this is a white model, I could have really just scanned and printed and redone it, but I didn't do it beforehand. It's not that big of a loss. After all, it is just a stripe. And again, I can probably just do that. Or what I could do is mask and paint it. The Tamiya paint's working really good with masking. It's just that's one nasty ass masking job, and with the contest starting next week, I don't really have time. So I'm trying to decide what to do. I'll let you guys know. That was the worst decaling experience I've ever had. I've never had a decal just shatter on me like that. And I've used some old decals before, and they've never given me that much trouble. So, no decals. I'll be back. As I was putting the last decal on, the tail fin up there, the American flag tore. You know, I feel like throwing this thing against the wall. I'm not going to. I'm going to go ahead and get a blue stripe on the side. I'm going to get the micron pens out. But I'm going to leave that American flag. Oh, even better. The NASA on this side vanished somehow. Yeah. You know, this thing's trying my patience. I found the missing NASA logo. As you can see, there's one on that side and one on that side. The American flags are there. This NASA logo was actually stuck to the camera. I don't know how it got up there. I looked everywhere for it. I'm just hoping it dries and sticks to the model now, because, you know, it was dried up and hanging on the camera. We will see. I'm going to hit it with some microscale and see if that does anything to it. Maybe it'll get her to stick. We'll find out. Okay? You know, if any model deserved to be smashed into a bazillion pieces at this point in time, it's that thing. I could have built 2 other models in time I've spent on this thing just to have those decals shatter into a billion pieces. But anyhow, I'm going to let this one sit tonight, and I'm going to get the windows done on the space shuttle. I'll be back in a second. Okay, now that I've had a few seconds to calm down, we're going to start on the space shuttle. I have a toothpick. Microscale's Krystal Klear. 1 space shuttle model that did not come with windows. Alright, I'm going to move the camera a little bit. Yeah, I'm moving the little tripod so we can zoom in on the space shuttle. And right there. I'm not going to get any closer than that, because if I do, she'll start having focus problems and all sorts of things. Now, this isn't real hard to do, because the microscale Krystal Klear is like a PVA glue, or Elmer's white glue, as some of you may know it. It's a slight bit different. It's got a slightly different consistency. It dries a little faster. It's a little thicker. And I think it works better for this application. So what I'm going to do is I just take some of this and go across, and try to get it to form a skin across that window. Now this might be too big for it to handle. Yeah, I'm afraid this might be too big for... Oh, there we go. It windowed for a second and then broke off. Let me try again. My big fear here is I'm going to get too big of a coating on the surface. So I'm going to have to wipe that off. And again, well, I can't say these holes are too big because I've done this before. On holes not this big before. Actually larger than this. Just a matter of getting enough on there for it to window over. I'm going to have to clean some of this off because I don't want it big and thick on here. And it does dry fairly clear. But if I'm not careful, it'll leave big goopy spots on the model, and I can't have that. So I'll have to come in here and clean this up. But that should just take a damp paper towel to clean up. And I might have to recoat the windows a little bit to get them in place. Okay, right now I've got her windowed. Let me see if I can get a piece of damp paper towel and clean the excess off some. Because, again, I don't want big goopy spots all over the outer edge of my model. And I'm probably going to have to re-window these, but that's okay. It's going to take some patience. Alright, now start over again. Until I get her just right and she windows up. Now that was better because that's only windowing the spot I want instead of all over the outer edge of the model. Okay, let's zoom in a teeny bit so you guys can see how I'm leaving it. Okay, now I got that microscale Krystal Klear covering up those windows exactly how I want them. So once that's dry, as long as I don't have too much glossy spots on the windows around the window frame, I'm calling this done. I'm calling the shuttle done. Still got to fix that dang old 747 because the decals just shredded apart. But hey, such is life.